Gentlemen, we can rebuild it. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the best tape measure. Our goal has been to bring ergonomics, versatility, and efficiency to the tape measure, and we are close to achieving this. After several rounds of prototyping and the feedback gained from our users, we are honing in on the most important design aspects. After talking to craftsmen, construction workers, DIYers, and plenty other people in between, we understand the priorities of these demographics much better than at the onset of this project. From this feedback, we created several design features that include, but are not limited to, a push button for the brake, more ergonomic cases, and measurement versatility. While some of the prototypes may look gimmicky at first glance, we are attempting to cast a wide net of solutions. From there, we wanted to see what our users liked and did not like about each prototype. The resulting feedback was incredibly helpful for moving forward on our design. Our first prototype we'll call the Green Machine. This case was designed with a taper at the bottom and filleted edges so it was more comfortable in the hand. The front space is open, allowing for the first finger to serve as a variable brake. This is also our first attempt at a case with a button mechanism for the brake. Due to manufacturing mishaps, we were not able to get this prototype into the hands of users. Our next prototype we'll call the Snail 2.0. From our last round of testing, one of our users, Josh, had wished for an extendable tab. We took the concept from our first prototype, the Snail, and made it more versatile. On the back, there's another smaller tape measure, allowing for multiple measurements at once, as well as simulating a right edge. After talking with our DIYer, Nate, he had wished for a feature that would eliminate the need for a right edge. This prototype was our attempt to accomplish both Nate's and Josh's desired features. First, we talked to Jason in the Idea Forge. He has plenty of ongoing projects and uses a tape measure on a daily basis.
This piece where you can actually latch it onto something else or use it to hold your tape in place while you walk over to another part of the room was the most useful to me, because especially when I'm doing something like that, all I'm figuring out is like, how far away can I put the projector? I didn't particularly use this much. Not necessarily that it couldn't be useful in some situations, but in what I did experience with it, there was no situation where I necessarily used both sides of it to measure two different dimensions at once. So one thing I do wish this piece on here was removable. I wish it was something I could buy one of or two of for, they make this size tape measure and then a lot of times the larger 25-foot tape measures. If it could just attach to those and be able to pull off when I don't need it, because most of the time I might actually be measuring something where I either want to be measuring within this small 5-inch distance here and I can't quite measure it, or if I just don't need it, if I'm working on a flat table where everything hooks on nice, it doesn't need to be there. But it's nice to have the option of using it for like what I talked about. If I know I'm going to do something like that, it could be something you just bring along with you. Yeah. I also wish that these were a bit more firm and held their position a little better.
Next, we took our prototypes to the field. We went to BKI Woodworking and Boulder Lumber in order to seek out our craftsmen and experts. While this made it difficult to interview and record people using our product, we gained valuable insight from our target market. Some common negative feedback we gained from our users was doubt about the accuracy it could achieve, moving the small tape measure to the front, and the tab solution for this round was in general viewed as slightly cumbersome and over-designed. The positive feedback we gained from these users was they liked the better gripping tab, the more ergonomic grip, and while we didn't get a specific positive feedback, in general, everyone we talked to was excited about the product and believed we were on the right track. Moving forward, our focus will be on refining the tab design, experimenting with varying ergonomic cases, and creating different braking mechanisms.